Thank you for joining Tarot Living. In this video, we're going to look at the Two of Cups, so stay tuned. Hi everyone, it's Ray with Tarot Living. Thanks so much for joining. So on my channel, we talk about all things spiritual. So if you're interested in tarot, astrology, psychic development, you'll want to subscribe and make sure to hit the bell notification to be sure you get an email when I do post a video. And also join me on Facebook and Instagram. All of the links are in the description below. Thank you for joining me. In this video series, we will be reviewing all of the Tarot Minor Arcana cards in detail. In order to understand the meaning of any of the Minor Arcana cards, the best approach is to keep in mind some basic building blocks of tarot. So first, we'll look at the suit and the associating element on each card. And second, we'll look at the number on the card and the meaning of that number. Third, we will also review astrological attributions related to each card. This will bring us to discussing card meanings along with symbolism. And I will then give you keywords and key phrases that you can take away. So let's get started. Some of the keywords for the Suit of Cups and the element of water include emotions, feelings, and matters of the heart. The cup and water energy tends toward feeling rather than thinking or rationalizing. In addition, the element of water is sensitive and represents our innermost desires and dreams. Additionally, if you see a cup card in a reading, they often relate to relationships, connection with others, as well as how we nurture ourselves and other people. A wonderful aspect about the element of water is that it allows us to get in touch with our imagination, creative gifts, and our intuition. All right, so now that we've looked at the element of the suit, let's move on and take a look at some characteristics of this number. Now just keep in mind that for each minor arcana suit, there's really a journey that we're looking at from ace to 10. And each of those numbers has certain characteristics and brings us to a different part of the journey of that suit. So for this card, we're looking at the number 2, keeping in mind that the ace or the number 1 is now split, creating duality and polarity. In tarot, the number 2s can represent finding balance, reconciling opposites, and seeking equilibrium from any tensions. Second, the number 2 can be about choices and shows us a fork in the road. It can suggest evaluation, planning, and decision-making. And lastly, the number 2s can show us how we are in partnerships and relationships, and how we deal with differences and cooperation with others. The number 2 is the early phase of development after the ace. So the ace hasn't quite manifested anything, and the number 2 we're starting to really manifest in the physical world. Now that we've reviewed characteristics of the suit and the number, let's take a look at the astrological attributions for this card. All of the minor arcana, aside from aces, have both a planet and an astrological sign associated or attributed to the card. For the Two of Cups, the astrological attribution is the planet Venus in the water sign of Cancer. This is actually quite a symbiotic combination. Venus is a planet related to femininity, love, cooperation, union, relationships, beauty, artistic expression, and pleasures in life. The astrological sign of Cancer relates to family, home, connection with others, nurturing, and empathy. Additionally, Cancers have a drive toward protecting the people they love, along with ensuring their emotional safety and sense of security. You can begin to see how this combination paves the way for the connection we see between the people in the Two of Cups. In the Two of Cups card, you can see the element of water and Suit of Cups at play, because we are dealing with relationships, or connection, emotions, or even creativity. As we've already reviewed, these themes can be seen in the planet Venus and the sign of Cancer, which both relate to this card. So you can see in the Two of Cups we have two people who are in close connection facing one another, whether that be a friendship, a romantic relationship, or a creative partnership. It could also represent a formal agreement, either verbal or written, between two parties, or even a business partnership. This is because of the symbol caduceus, which you can see between the two people, which represents the Greek god Hermes or the Roman god Mercury. This symbolism brings in concepts of trade, commerce, negotiation, or merchant work, and really speaks to the need for a balanced exchange or reciprocity between two people or two parties. So there is a potential for business relationships with this card, particularly if they involve creative pursuits or provide emotional support, because we're dealing with the Suit of Cups. However, typically we view it as an intimate partnership or relationship card. One reason for this is because of the lion head and face seen above the two people, which corresponds to the fire sign of Leo. This brings in the concepts of passion and attraction shared between the two individuals. As we also discussed in this video, the number 2 shows us the concepts of balance, bringing two opposing energies together, duality, or partnership, which is really clear in this card. They are both holding a cup as though they're about to share or exchange the cups with one another. Twos can also be about choices or decisions, so these two people could be discussing plans or decisions about their future. Or it could relate to how two people with two opposing desires or wishes come together to find balance, cooperation, and partnership. I can't help but notice that there are opposing colors on the two people from an artistic point of view, which are also called complementary colors. For example, the woman has a green garland or laurel on her head. The man has a red one. So green and red are opposite, but what we call complementary colors on the color wheel. Again, she has blue in her tunic, and he has orange in his clothing, which are opposite colors again. Although this may not have been Pamela Coleman Smith's intention, I often think of how this symbolism shows the idea that two people bring their differing natures to the table and how those tensions find cooperation or reciprocity. When you see the connection of these building blocks, the meaning of the card is really very clear. So here are some key words and phrases for the Two of Cups. Love, romantic relationship, attraction, or engagement, a close friendship, or a creative partnership. It can also mean there is cooperation, harmony, and a positive rapport. Additionally, this card can symbolize emotional enjoyment and affection. The Two of Cups can also represent an agreement between two people or a mutual exchange of some type, or a mutually beneficial work or business partnership that may also provide positive emotional support or creative fulfillment. And that's because we're dealing with the planet Venus. So Venus is a very creative planet. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this video and that you've benefited from learning about the building blocks and exploring how that connects to the meaning of this card. So thank you so much for joining Tarot Living. Please don't forget to give me a thumbs up, and also please leave me a comment in the comment section. I love hearing from you. Take care.